Okay everyone, today we are going to solve MCAT 2225. Okay, this is the first MCAT for CAT 2021. Okay, so today we are going to solve a quant section of MCAT 2225. Okay everyone, so there are total 26 questions in the quant section and the time allocated is 40 minutes. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start this MCAT. Look here. Okay, so we can see the first question here. What I will do is I will keep this toolbar here, and this is the place where I will be doing rough work. Okay, so now the first question. So the first question, look here. First question is, there is a recurring fraction, okay, recurring decimal 0.574, and there is a bar on 74 plus 0.27 bar. Okay, we need to convert this into fractions, so let's have a look at shortcut. The shortcut for this is how much? 574 minus 5 divided by 990 plus this is how much? 27 divided by 99. Okay everyone, this subtraction is going to be how much? 569. Okay, 569 divided by 990 plus 27 divided by 990. Sorry, only 99. So now LCM is 990. So this is 569 plus 270. So this is going to be how much? Let's do this addition. This addition is going to be 9, 3 and 8. That is 839 divided by 990. So which option is correct? Option number C is correct. Okay. Let's have a look at second question. Look here. Second question is, find the range of all the real values of x. There is an inequality given. Okay. Let me write that inequality first. The inequality is what? Mod of 5x plus 3 is greater than 11x plus 2. Okay. Now look here. The question is, which of the following represent what? Tell me the set for x. Okay. If we look at the options carefully, okay, if we look at the options carefully, okay, last two options include 0. So what happens if I put x is equal to 0? Tell me. Let's check x is equal to 0 satisfies this inequality or not. If I put x is equal to 0, left hand side becomes how much? Tell me. 5 times 0 plus 3, and the right hand side becomes 11 times 0 plus 2. So the left hand side will become 3, right hand side will become 2. So this inequality is greater than. Okay, so if I put x is equal to 0, this satisfies. So from this we can say that option number A is not the answer, option number B is not the answer. So our answer is going to be option number C or option number D. What is the difference between option C and option D? Option C includes x is equal to 1 by 6. Okay, if I put x is equal to 1 by 6, what will happen? Look here. If I put x is equal to 1 by 6, this will become 5 times 1 by 6, that is 5 by 6 plus 3 is greater than 11 times 1 by 6, that is 11 by 6 plus 2. Let's check. This is how much? 6 3s are 18. 18 plus 5 is 23 by 6 is greater than, this is how much? 6 to the 12 plus 11, 23 by 6. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. Okay, that is why x cannot be equal, x is equal to 6 is wrong. Done everyone. X is equal to 1 by 6 is wrong. Okay, that is why option C is not correct. Okay, so we can say option D is correct. So answer is option number D. Now the next question, let's have a look at next question. Okay, question number 3 now. Question number 3 says that ABC are three consecutive odd numbers. So what I will do is ABC are three consecutive odd numbers. So I will consider B as a x, C will be x plus 2 and A will be x minus 2. Okay, now look here. After that, what is given? That's 7 times A. Okay, 7 times A means 7 times x minus 2. Okay, 7 times x minus 2 is 2 less than, is equal to what? Tell me. 2 less than 5 times C, that is 5 times x plus 2. Let's solve this equation. 7x minus 14 is equal to 5x plus 10 minus 2. Okay, so if we solve this, we will get 2x is equal to 24 minus 2, 22. So x is equal to 11. Done, everyone. We are supposed to find what? Tell me. We are supposed to find a plus b. A plus b is equal to how much? Tell me. X minus 2 plus x. That is equal to 2x minus 2. That is equal to 22 minus 2. The answer is 20. Okay, everyone. So the answer is going to be 20. Let's type here 20 and 7 next. Now, question number 4. Let's have a look at question number 4, everyone. Question number 4 is the monthly income of Virat and Michelle, okay, is in a ratio 5:4, okay. So Virat and Michelle, okay, look here. This is Virat and this is Michelle. Let's talk about their income is given, expenses are given, okay. Now look here. The ratio of their income is how much? 5:4. So what we'll do is let's assume their income is 5 rupees and 4 rupees, okay. And the ratio of their monthly expenditure is 1:1, means their monthly expenditure is same. So I'm going to assume their monthly expenditure as x and x, okay. Now, so we know the monthly saving, the ratio of monthly saving. So over here, look at saving of Virat. We know that saving of Virat divided by saving of Michelle. This ratio is going to be how much? 5/3. So let's calculate this now. Look here, saving of Virat is how much? 5 minus x divided by saving of Michelle 4 minus x. That is equal to 5/3. Let's solve this equation. This is how much? 15 minus 3x is equal to 20 minus 5x. So if we solve this, we will get 2x is equal to 5 and x is equal to 2.5, okay, or 5/2. What we are supposed to find here? We are supposed to find what proportion of monthly income does Virat save, okay. What proportion of monthly income does Virat save, okay. Virat saves how much? 2.5. Virat saves how much? Tell me. 2.5. Out of his income is how much? 5 rupees, okay. So what proportion of income does Virat save? Tell me. 1/2. Okay, so option number A is the correct. So let's move ahead. Now the question number 5. Let's have a look at question number 5 now. Okay, look here. Let's do this question number 5. Question number 5 says that in a certain institute, for every out of every 7 students who are studying accountancy, okay, out of every 7 students who are studying accountancy, 3 study economics as well, okay. Means out of those 7 students who are studying accountancy, 3 of them study accountancy also and economics also. So what does it mean? Look here, accountancy is 2, accountancy, and just a second, what I will do is accountancy is A and economics is A, okay, E, okay. A is to A and D. This ratio is what? Tell me. This ratio is, if there are 7 people who study accountancy, then there are 3 people who study accountancy and economics both. So from this, can I conclude that only accountancy and accountancy and economics, this ratio is equal to how much? Tell me. Out of 7 people who study accountancy, 3 also study economics, means this ratio becomes how much? Tell me. Only accountancy will be 4, then 7 minus 3, okay, and is to 3. 4 is to 3 is a ratio for what? Tell me. Only accountancy and economics. Then after that, look here, for every student, okay, studying at least one of the 2 courses, there are 3 students who study neither, okay. So this means what? Tell me. The number of people who study at least one subject, okay, at least one subject is to neither, okay. This ratio is how much? Tell me. There are, look here, for every student who study at least one subject, okay, for every student who study at least one subject means if there is one student who study at least one subject, there are 3 students who study none of the subject. Are you getting this? Okay, if the 10% of students who study only accountancy, okay, 10% of students study only accountancy, okay. So what we'll do is, hold on, let's form a Venn diagram now. This circle is for accountancy, this circle is for economics, okay. Only accountancy is 4x, okay, only accountancy is 4x. I will write 4x here for only accountancy. Now accountancy and economics is 3x, okay. Now over here, only economics we are not aware, so let's say only economics is y, okay. Now we know that. Now I think this will make a problem, so what I will do is, let me go back, okay. So there is a none region also, this is none. If I say none is 3x, look here, if I say none region is 3x, okay, The total of this Venn diagram has to be how much? Tell me. At least one, that is x. Total of this Venn diagram has to be x. Okay. Now look here. The final statement is what? Tell me. If the 10% of students, total students becomes how much? Look here. Total students are how much? Tell me now. X plus 3x. Okay. That is equal to what? Tell me. 4x. Okay. Out of total 4x, 10% study only accountancy means 0.4x. This is 0.4x. Okay. This is 0.4x. So this is how much? Tell me. This is 0.3x now. Okay. So this is 0.7x. So this has to be 0.3x only. Are you getting this? Now this Venn diagram is complete. So total, look here, total 0.7x people study accountancy and total 0.6x people study economics. Now the question is what percentage of students study only economics? Total how many students are there? Look here, total how many students are there? Total 4x students are there. Out of them, how many study only economics? Tell me. 0.3x. Percentage we are supposed to find, so into 100. Okay, so our answer is going to be how much? Tell me. 0.3 into 75, sorry, 0.3 into 25 is how much? Tell me. 7.5%. So option number B is correct. Okay, let's move ahead now. Question number 6 now. Look here. In question number 6, what we are supposed to do, this is a log question. Okay, look here. Over here we are supposed to find the value of log of 2430 minus log of 64. Okay, now look here. Log of 2430 divided by 64 is nothing but what? Tell me. Log of a divided by b is equal to log a minus log b. Okay, so let's solve this. I think before we solve this, let's do the prime factorization, or I think we should write it as it is. Look here. Log of 2430. Okay, log of 2430 divided by 64. Let's do the prime factorization here to simplify this. Okay, so 2430, the prime factorization is what? Tell me. 2430, let's divide this by 2. If we divide this by 2, it will be how much? Look here, it will be 1215 divided by 32. Okay everyone, now let's do prime factorization here. This is what? Tell me. Log of, this is divisible by 9, so if I divide it by 9, what I will get? Tell me. I will get 135, and this is 2 to the power 5. Okay, so now look here. Now this 135 is how much? Look here, 135 is 27 into 5. 27 is what? Tell me. 3 cube. So this will become what? Tell me. Log of 3 square into 3 cube is 3 to the power 5. Okay, into 5 to the power 1 divided by 2 to the power 5. Okay everyone, now let's solve this. Now can I write this as now log of 3 to the power 5? Okay, hold on, let me change the ink. Now look here, log of 3 to the power 5 plus log of 5 to the power 1. Okay, minus log of 2 to the power 5. This becomes what? Tell me. 5 log 3. Okay, log 5 we don't know. Can I write log 5 as log of 10 by 2? Like that is log 10 minus log 2 minus 5 log 2. Okay, so now look here, this is 5 times log 3 is how much? 0.4771 plus 1 minus 6 times log 2. Minus 6 times log 2 is how much? 0.3010. Okay, I will be using calculator here. Let me use calculator from phone. Let me calculate this. 5 into 0.4771, okay, plus 1, okay, then 6 into 0.3010, okay, and we need to subtract this. Okay, so according to calculator, the answer is 1.5795. okay, 1.5795. So again option number B. So let's move ahead. Okay, so now this question is a function question. Okay, so we are having less time, so let's move ahead. Let's do it later on in the next round. Now question number 8. Okay, we'll do number 8. Okay. Question number 8 says that in an infinite geometric progression, the sum of all terms exceeds the first 4 terms, okay, by 100. Okay, I think it will take the time. I think we should move ahead. We'll do later on. Look at over here. This is a special equation question. Again, it will take the time. We'll move on. We'll do it in second round if time limit, if time is there. Okay. Now look at question number 10. We'll do. Okay, look at question number 10 says that a cone has a base radius of 10 centimeter. Okay, A cone has a base radius of 10 centimeter and height of 7 centimeter. Okay, let's draw the diagram here. Look here. So, and what, tell me, and if a smaller cone of height 4 is cut away from the original cone by making a parallel cut to the base. Okay, so the diagram is going to be like this. Look here, front view of the cone is going to be like this. Okay, look at front view of the cone is going to be like this. This is the cone. Okay, we are going to make a cut here. So let's draw a complete diagram here. This is the perpendicular. Okay, initial height is how much? Tell me. Initial height is 10. Initial height is 7. Okay, but the height of small cone is 4. So this is 4. This is 7 minus 4 is 3 now. Radius of the original cone is 10. So this is 10. Okay, and we don't know the radius of small cone. So what I will do is I will name this. Let's name this as ABC. ABC. This is DE. Can I say triangle ABC? It's similar with triangle ADE. Okay. So now look here. By using double A test, now can I say AB is 4 divided by AD it's 7 is equal to BC? We don't know. Divided by DE is 10. So if we solve this, the length of BC is equal to 40 by 7. So we got the radius of smaller cone. Now what we need to remember is, what we need to calculate is the what will be the ratio of the volume of the remaining part of cone to the smaller cone. Okay. Now the volume of original cone, look here. Volume of big cone is how much? Volume of big cone will be how much? Tell me. 1 by 3 into pi, we'll keep it as it is, pi into r square means 100 into h is 7, that is equal to 700 pi by 3. Okay, now the volume of small cone, let's calculate. That is going to be how much? Tell me. 1 by 3 pi into r square will be how much? Tell me. 1600 by 49. Okay, into height will be 4. Okay, if we solve this, this will be how much? Look here, 6400 pi divided by 149, sorry, 147. Okay everyone, now look here. So we need to find the ratio here only. Okay, so instead of calculating this, or instead of subtracting this, what we'll do is, tell me the volume of big cone. Let me change the ink again, hold on. Look here, the volume of big cone, okay, and the volume of small cone, this ratio is going to be how much? Look here, this ratio is going to be how much? This is how much? 700 pi by 3 is to 6400 pi by 147. Okay, now let's simplify this. What we will get? Look here. Okay, if we simplify this, look here, divided by 3, 349s, pi and pi will get cancelled out, double zero will get cancelled out. If we cross multiply, this ratio will become what? Tell me. 49 into 3 is 343 is to 64. Okay, this is volume of big cone divided by small cone, but we want what? Tell me. We want the area of we want the volume of frustum, means lower part. So our answer is going to be what? Tell me. 343 minus 64 is to, okay, is to 64 is the correct answer, because we want what? Tell me, the volume of frustum lower part to the volume of upper part, that is upper cone. Okay, so this subtraction is going to be how much? Tell me. Okay, 343 minus 64, let's do this. Unit digit will be 9, so 279 is correct. Okay, done everyone. Now let's do question number 11. Now question number 11 says that, look at 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus 4 factorial, we need to divide it by 36. Okay, prime factorization of 36 is what? Look here, prime factorization of 36 is, just a second, 36 is equal to what? Tell me. 2 square into 4 square. Okay, 2 square into 3 square, sorry. Now look here, the smallest factorial which are having two number of 3's and which are having two number of 2's, okay, is which one? Look here, two number of 3's means we need to go till 6 factorial. Okay, plus 7 factorial till 20 factorial. Can I say that, look here, be careful here, can I say that 6 factorial to 7, 6 factorial to 20 factorial, each and every factorial is having at least two number of 3's and at least two number of 2's. Okay, so I can say that each and every factorial from 6 factorial to 20 factorial is completely divisible by 36. Okay, This is completely divisible by 36. That is why the remainder is equal to 0 for this box. Okay, so whatever is the remainder, that will come from first 5 terms. First 5 terms is what? Tell me. This is 1, this is 2, this is 6, this is 24, this is what? Tell me. 120. Correct. Okay, this addition is what? Tell me. We need to divide by 36. Okay, let's divide it individually. If I divide this number by 36, the remainder will be how much? Tell me. 36 3s are 108, remainder will be 12. This addition is how much? This addition is equal to, look here, 33. So if I divide this number by 36, the negative remainder will be how much? Minus 3. Okay, so our final remainder is going to be what? Tell me. Minus 3 plus 12, that is equal to how much? Minus 3 plus 12, that is equal to how much? Tell me. 9 is the final remainder. Okay, correct. After that, look here, the next question. In a town, question number 12, look here, hold on. In a town, look here, in a town, the population of males increased by 20% from 2013 to 2014, while the population of female increased by 25% in the same period. Okay, if the females comprised 36% of the population in 2013, look here, so in this question we are having two data, that is 2013 and 2014. Okay, now look here, in 2013, females comprised 36% of the population. So what does it mean? If total population is 100, out of that females are how many? Look here, out of that females are going to be how much? Out of 100, 36 are females, so means out of 100, 64 are males. Okay, now in the next year what is going to happen? Look here, in the next year 2014, the number of females increased by 25%. Okay, 25% increase means 1/4 increase, means we need to multiply 36 by what? Tell me. 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 4, that is equal to what? Tell me. 36 into 5 by 4, this is going to be how much? Let's calculate later on. Okay, or look here, 9. Okay, 9 5s are 20, sorry, this multiplication is how much? 9 5s are 45. Correct, yes. Okay, and what will happen with number of males? Number of males increased by 20% means 64 into 1 plus 1 by 5 now. That is equal to 64 into 6 by 5. Okay, this is going to be how much? Tell me. This is going to be how much? Let's calculate this. This is 36, 360, 360, 384 by 5. And this is equal to how much? Look here, 5 7s are 35, 3, 5 6s are 5 8s are. Okay, everyone. Now what we need to find? Look here. Now what we need to find, look here, approximately what percentage of 2000 in 2014, what percentage of population are males? In 2014, the total population is how much now? Tell me. The total pop, total population is how much? Tell me. Look here, 45 plus 76.8. Okay, and out of that, how many are male? Tell me. 76.8. So let's do this addition. 76.8 divided by, this addition is how much? Look here, 0.8, and this is how much? 1 and 12. Correct. So this percentage is going to be how much? Okay, I will take the help of calculator from the phone. 76.8 divided by 121.8, so this is equal to 63.05. Okay, so they are asking approximately, so our answer is 63. Now question number 13, look here. Question number 13 is, this looks like HCF model 2. Okay, question number 13 is, the largest number that divides 76, 1596 and 3206. Okay, now this is HCF model 2. In HCF model 2, the shortcut is what? Tell me. Take a difference between any two terms. Okay, and our answer is going to be what? Tell me. HCF of these differences. Okay, now the differences between first two numbers is what? The differences between first two numbers is what? Tell me. It is, let me check, 920. Okay, and the difference between last two number is what? Tell me. It is 1500. Okay, 16, and this is what? Tell me. This difference is equal to 1610. Okay, correct. So our answer is going to be what? Tell me. HCF of these two numbers. Now we can see that these two numbers are clearly divisible by 23. Okay, so this is what? Tell me. 23 into 40. This is what? Tell me. 23 into 70. Okay, now look at 23 into 10, that is 2 into 5. Okay, it is 2 cube into 5, and this is what, tell me, 23 into 2 into 5 into 7. So the HCF is going to be what, tell me? Look at HCF is going to be 23 into 2 into 5, that is equal to what, tell me? This is HCF, that is equal to 230. Done, everyone? So 230 is the answer here. Let's mark and move ahead. Look here, what time between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock hour hand and minute hand will meet? Look here, hour hand and minute hand will meet between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Look here, at 2 o'clock, okay, at 2 o'clock the diagram will be like this. Let me draw a diagram. At 2 o'clock, look here, at 2 o'clock minute hand will be like this, okay, and the hour hand will be like this, and this angle is going to be how many degrees? Look here, this angle is going to be 60 degrees. Okay, we want the meeting of minute hand and hour hand. We want minute hand to meet hour hand. Look here, so over here everyone knows the speed of minute hand at 6 degree per minute, speed of hour hand is half degree per minute, they travel in same direction. So time required for the meeting of minute hand and hour hand is equal to distance between them is how much? Tell me, 60 degree, and the relative speed of those two objects is what? Tell me, 11 by 2 degree per minute. Okay, so both of these two hands will meet with each other after 120 by 11 minutes. That is equal to how much? Look here, 10 by 11 minutes after 4 o'clock. Okay, so our answer is going to be what? Tell me, sorry, after 2 o'clock. So our answer is going to be what? Tell me, 2 o'clock, 10 by 11 minutes. Okay, everyone. So first option, let's mark and move ahead. Now look here, this question again looks very lengthy. Okay, this question again looks very lengthy, so it's better if we neglect this. Okay, let's do later on if time permits. Then question number 16. Look here, in question number 16, let's have a look at this question. Okay, look here, question number 16 says that the sum of 24,000 is lent at 10% per annum compound interest, compounding annually for the 5 years. But we want what? Tell me, we want interest only for first 3 years. First 3 years, look at, for first year rate of interest is 10%, for the second year rate of interest is 10%, for the third year rate of interest is 10%. Okay, we don't want to calculate for 5 years, we want to calculate only for 3 years. Okay, so let's get the compound interest, let's get the successive of this 3. Successive of these two is how much? 10 plus 10 into 10, sorry, 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 divided by 100. Okay, I hope you may be remembering this formula. 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 divided by 100, this is how much? Told me 21%. And do the same, apply same formula of this successive change with 21 and 10. Okay, 21 plus 10 plus 21 into 10 divided by 100, that will be how much? Tell me. Look here, 21 plus 10 plus 21 into 10, okay, divided by 100, this is equal to what? Tell me, 31 plus 2.1, that is equal to 33.1% is the answer. Okay, so 33.1% of the principal is the answer. So my answer is going to be what? Tell me, 33.1 divided by 100 into 24,000. So my answer is going to be what? Tell me, 331 into 24. Okay, 331 into 24 is the answer. Okay, so let's multiply this. 20 unit digit has to be 4. Okay, so none of this is also there. Let's multiply this. 24 ones are 24, 3s are 72 and 72. Okay, 7944 will be the answer. Yes, let's move ahead. Now question number 17. Look here, we left with 11 minutes now. Question number 17. Look here, question number 17 is, looks easy. Question number 17 is, initially Amar, Akbar and Anthony, look here, Amar, Akbar and Anthony were supposed to get the money in a ratio 3:4:5. But in actual, look here, Amar, Akbar and Anthony, okay, get the money in the ratio 1/3:1/4:1/5. Okay, now look here, so let's multiply LCM of 3, 4, 5 with 60. Let's multiply this ratio by 60. We will get 20:15:12. Okay, so due to got Amar got 1650 more than what he's supposed to get. He was supposed to get how much? Tell me, 3 out of, let's say total amount is X. Okay, he is supposed to get 3 out of 12 into X. Okay, but in actual he got 20 out of, this is how much? 47 into X. Okay, so he got how much? 1650 more. So the equation will be what? Look here, what he got in actual, 20 by 47 of X. what he were supposed to get 3 by 12 of x, and the difference between these two is how much? Tell me. 1650. Okay, let's solve this equation. Okay, so this is again a difficult task. Okay, hold on, but let's do this. 3 ones are 4s are, so this is how much? 80 minus 47, 80x minus 47x. Okay, 80x minus 47x is how much? Tell me. 20, sorry, 32, 33x. Okay, divided by 47 into 4 is how much? Tell me. 188 is equal to 1650. Okay, so the x is going to be how much? Look at 33 5s are 165. Okay, so the 50 into 188 is the answer. Okay, 50 into 188, let's do this. This is equal to how much? 0 0. Okay, and then 4 and then 9. Correct, 9400 is the answer. Okay, then after this, look at again, this is a very lengthy question to understand also, so let's skip it. Okay, we're left with 9 minutes. Question number 19, let's do this. Question number 19. Okay, everyone, question number 19 says that the ratio of the rates, look at the ratio of the rate of work means speed of work means per day work. Okay, the ratio of rate of work means per day work, we know the per day work ratio. Okay, of 3 people PQR, that is what? Tell me. 5 is to 4 is to 3. So we need to find the share of Q. We all know that money is always divided in a ratio of efficiency, ratio of per day work, or ratio of rate of work. Okay, so the contribution or the share of Q will be how much? Tell me. 4 parts out of 12 parts into total amount is to be divided is 3000. So my answer is going to be 1 by 3 into 3000, that is equal to how much? 1000 is the answer. Correct. So now next question, look at question number 20. Okay, question number 20 says that, hold on, question number 20 says that, look at the average marks scored by the class 8 in their unit test is 78. The marks scored by boys and girls, okay, this is the allegation question. Marks scored by boys and girls, it's 75 and 83. Look at 75 and 83. If we combine both boys and girls, the average of class becomes how much? 78. Now we need to take the positive cross difference. This cross difference is how much? Tell me. 78 minus 83 is 5, and this is 3. Means boys and girls are supposed to be in which ratio? Tell me. Boys and girls are supposed to be in ratio 5 is to 3. Means if boys are 5x, girls are 3x. Means boys are how many? Boys are how much more? Tell me. Boys are how many boys are more? Tell me. 2x boys are more. That is equal to 10. So x is equal to 5. Okay, we need to find the total number of students. We need to find the total number of students are how much? Tell me. 8x, that is equal to how much? Tell me. 8 into 5, that is equal to 40 is the answer. Okay, let's type and move ahead. Now let's find the arithmetic mean. This is the base systems question. This is the base system question. The arithmetic mean means average. 80 is in a base 9 plus 80 is in a base 16 divided by 2 is 40 is base n. Look here, can I say, let's convert this equation into decimal number system. That is 9 into 8 plus 0 plus 8 into 16 plus 0 divided by 2 is equal to 4 into n. Okay, let's solve this. 72 plus 16 into 8 is how much? 128 is equal to 8n. Okay, so this is 8n is equal to how much? Tell me. 200. So n is equal to how much? Tell me. 25. Okay, very easy question. Then let's do quickly. We are having 6 minutes now. I think this will take the time. Let's move ahead. Question number 23. Question number 23. Look here. Question number 23. Okay, let's do this. Question number 23. But before that, I would like to see next questions if we can do it in less time. Hold on. Question number 24. Look at question number 24. Let's do this races related question. Okay, 1 second. Question number 24. Look here. Question number 24 says that in a race Mohan beat Sohan by 24 meters. Okay, and हमें race का length निकालना है. Look here, if race is of x meters, look here, if race is of x meters, Okay, the time in which Mohan run X meter. Okay, Sohan will run how much? Tell me. X minus 24. Okay, and Sohan beats Rohan by 100 meter. Okay, now at the same time Rohan will complete how much distance? Tell me. We don't know. Okay, but we know that when Sohan will complete X, the Rohan will complete X minus 100. Okay, everyone, X minus 100. Okay, so over here this ratio has to be same because time is constant, so ratio of distance is equal to the ratio of speed. Let's equate both. Let's equate both now. I think I missed something. Let me read this again. Okay, just a second. Mohan beats Rohan by 24 meter and Sohan beats Rohan by 100 meter. We know that Mohan beats Rohan by 120 meter. Mohan beats Rohan by 120 meter means when Mohan cover X, Rohan will cover X minus 120. When Sohan will cover X, Rohan will cover X minus 100. So over here time is constant, so ratio of distances is equal to ratio of speed. Okay, the speed has to be constant, so let's cross multiply. We will get the value of X. Okay, so let's do it quickly. X square minus 120x is equal to X square minus 124x minus minus plus 2400. So X square and X square will get cancelled out. 4x is equal to 2400, so X is equal to 600. Okay, let's move it fast. Only 4 minutes are left. Look here. Next is question number 25. Look here. Next is question number 25. Let's do this. Question number 25 says that an amount of 450 was gained when the cycle is sold at 20% profit. Look here. Over here selling price is how much? Tell me. 450. Okay, sorry. Over here the amount of 450 is gained. Okay, profit is equal to what? Tell me. 450 rupees. Okay, and the profit percentage is what? Tell me. 20%. So from this we can say that 20% of cost price is equal to 450. Okay, so cost price is going to be how much? Tell me. 2250. That is 450 into 5. Okay, everyone, now look here. He sold 6 such cycles and earned a profit of 1500. Okay, he sold 6 such cycles and earned a profit of 1500. The overall profit percentage, look here, profit percentage is what? Tell me. Profit divided by CP into 100. The profit earned on 6 cycles is 1500 divided by the cost price of 6 cycles is 6 into 2250 into 100. Let's simplify this quickly. This is how much? Tell me. 25 fours are 25 nines are zeros are 0 cancel. Okay, so 150 divided by 9, 150 divided by 6 into 9 is the answer. Okay, just a second, hold on, let me check. Is there any mistake that I did here? Here. So 6 into 9. Okay, now let's do this. This is equal to how much? Tell me. uh Let me do this. Into 4 is also remaining. No, correct, is into 4 is remaining, so that is what? Tell me. 600 divided by 6 by 6 into 9, that is 100 by 9. 100 by 9, 100 by 9 is how much? Tell me. This is equal to 100 by 9 is 11.11%. Correct, yes. Okay, 2 minutes are left. Last question. Yes, are we succeeded in reaching last question. Now look at, so HCF. Okay, HCF. Okay, it is a very we need to do some calculation here because fraction are supposed to be in the lowest form. So look here, first of all 312 divided by 117. Let's convert this into lowest form. This is 13 into 9. Okay, so this is 13 twos are and 13 fours are, correct. Then next is 336 divided by 156. We need to convert every fraction into the lower form. This is how much? 6 into 66. This is 6 into 56, sorry. This is 6 into 26. Okay, so this is 24 by 9 means how much? Tell me. 8 by 3. This is how much? Tell me. 28 by 13, correct. And this is how much? Tell me. Last fraction is 468 divided by 195. Let's do it quickly. Over here this is what? Tell me. 3 into 156. Okay, this is what? Tell me. 3 into 65. Okay, 3 will get cancelled out. 13 ones are 13 twos are 13 fives are. Okay, everyone, so we got 3 fractions now. Which 3 fractions? Tell me. 8 by 3, 8, 28 by 13 and 12 by 5. Okay, so HCF हमें निकालना है. So HCF of numerators is 8, 28 and 12. That is 1. divided by LCM of denominator. LCM of denominator is 3, 13 and 5. The multiplication of, tell me quickly, 13 5 is 65. 65 into 3 is how much? Tell me. 195. Option number, oh sorry, HCF is 4, no sorry, my mistake, HCF is 4, so 4 divided by 165 is the answer. Sorry, 195. 4 divided by 195 is the answer. Okay everyone, so 15 seconds are left. Okay, so let's see how many questions we solved. We answered 19 questions, okay, and 7 questions are not answered. Let's submit the test now. Let's see how many of them are correct. Okay, we solved 19 questions, all 19 are correct. The marks are 57. Okay, done everyone. So now we will be making the another video for the detailed solution. Okay, today we solved in time limit. In the next video we will be solving each and every question without time limit. Okay, with the theory concept we will be solving. So we'll stop here. Bye everyone.